do want to also ask you about protein powders. A lot of people who are now working out, staying healthy, are leaning on protein powders to make up for whatever protein they need to consume. It's not a natural form of taking in protein. Do you recommend it? Some people have protein powder shake instead of breakfast. Is that a good idea?
So I don't recommend. Many of them are sold commercially by gym instructors who don't have appropriate qualifications in. They don't have RD. Just like I'm an MD in medicine, there are RDs which are registered dietitians, so they don't have a qualification of RD. And many of these supplements are not evidence based. So they are sold just like popular myths. So it's very important to recognize that you need evidence-based oral nutrition supplements and not just supplements which are just pumped in the market through social media. And unfortunately, that is the truth here. So I think having triple balance of right proteins, which is backed by science, by randomized controlled trials, are few. And if they are used, they may have some value. But they all can be substituted by foods. So if a particular person cannot get those proteins through food sources,
Yes.
because they have disadvantages, like say they are vegetarian predominantly, but even in vegetarian, we have nutritional sources. We have very good sources of soya-based, sources of protein. We have very good vegetarian sources of protein through nuts and many other substances. So I first encourage a natural source. And if there is a no natural source, then I encourage evidence-based oral nutrition supplements. And that is far more impactful and effective rather than just using them because your gym instructor has told you, because he has a commercial intent in selling some of these. And I think we should be a little cautious because not necessarily some of these supplements may be safe. Because all these supplements have a nitrogen base. And remember that excess of these supplements sometimes can hurt your kidney. So in the long run, so they need a filter. And I think the FSSAI is very vigilant that some of these may not be perfectly safe. And you need to be a little cautious. And I would encourage you to discuss some of these supplements with your doctor, particularly if you have a health condition.
Yes.
So if you have a health condition, you should be more mindful. If you are a healthy individual also, don't just take it because somebody told you to take it. I think you have a lot of science out there. Talk it out and discuss it with your doctor colleagues and then take a call on it. And your nutrition colleagues who are qualified. Because you see, it's important to understand that there has to be an expert behind the prescription. And it should not be an over-the-counter thing. So I think it's important that some of the supplements may have value in it, some do not have a value in it. And not necessarily everything you feel is there out is safe. And it may not be safe for you. For example, if you just take proteins and don't have adequate water and you are dehydrated, you'll actually end up damaging your kidney. So a lot of advice around that has to be also scientifically appropriated. And that's equally important to recognize.